Hello, hello, good morning, happy Tuesday. I am happy to be here and continue figuring out some Stripe stuff. I actually got some things figured out last night, so I think we might be done with Stripe today. Assuming things work out well. Let me set up and we'll go over what I was able to do, or at least what I figured out. All right, so let's see. Where is this? This is in. Oh, I should move you over here so you can see. Oh, and you should be on this screen anyways. Maybe. Possibly. Hold on. Let me. There we go. That loaded it. Okay, so we want, I need to load up the Axum playground. So let's see, I think all I need to do is start up code here. And then we'll start up the server here too. And then we need the front end as well. Okay, there we go. So we have both VS Code for our Axum playground and our URS playground up. Let's see. So there's a couple things. Where we left off yesterday, we were having a lot of trouble getting the the back end was crashing when we were trying to receive the different URLs. So let's open up Firefox. So in here, we have these as, we need to fix this actually. So when I say let's go to Stripe, we get an error message. Because it's looking for the cancel URI. And if I look at this and it's like, hey, nothing was sent with the request. So I figured this out last night. Because we're disabling these form fields, it's not sending the data with it, which for some reason, I thought that a disabled form field would still send the data, but I think that's incorrect. So we need to fix this first. So disabled has to go away. Then I think this is going to work. So at this point in time, if we hit this, it actually does a redirect for us and sends us to Stripe, where we get to see, okay, here's this test page that we created. So I have our poorly spelled, really cool course for 99 cents. You can pay with a credit card, and let's see, there is a system. I need to other Firefox. Let's go to Stripe and find the testing information. Guess we'll go to the full API reference here. there are some testing cards that we can use, and I forget exactly what they are. And I don't know if the full API reference has this anyways. Okay, maybe just general docs. Oh yeah, so this is interesting. So they have the general docs here, and then they have the API docs. And the general docs seem possibly a little bit better. It's a little bit easier to find something. All right, so here it is. I found under the Stripe docs, testing, and okay, testing interactively. When testing interactively, use a card number such as 42, 42, 42, and then they actually have a list of card numbers down here that we can use. So, for example, here's a Visa card. It is 42s repeating, so they really know the answer. And then they have a bunch of other ones too, which, you know, who cares about those? They even have cards in different areas of the world, so we could test some of those out too. But all right, so it shows CVC should be any 3 digits and date should be any future date. So if I copy you, we head back to here. So email. I don't think it's actually going to send a real email, right? So in that case, we can just use circer@laminator.com. Card information, we'll do the 42s. Any future date, so that can be, I don't know, like 09 25, 2025. CVC, any 3 characters. Name, I think it could be any name. So any name, any 5 digits. I don't need to save this for right now, but Stripe allows you to. Then we hit pay. And this takes us back to our success page, which I didn't put any like success message on. But it went straight back here. It does not go back to our back end. It comes back here. So that's something interesting to know. So what's going on in the back end to allow this now? Because I had to there's a few little things that I had to change to make this all work. This was the only front end one that we needed to work, and then the back end, I actually did save those changes, so that's good. Okay, so in Stripe here, this function is just a mess. I'll have to, like, for the real one, we'll have to figure out how to break this out into, I'm thinking about creating a facade for the Stripe, the Rust Stripe crate, to make it a little bit cleaner on our end, or at least in here. But okay, so first of all, I switched this to a form instead of JSON. So we destructure, I think it's like destructuring the data directly out of it. And I have my handle stripe body. So we're getting our cancel URL and a success URL. I think I had forgotten to put pub on these. That was one error. Another problem is environment variables. I was in a lot of trouble getting those to read. And so I discovered that the problem is trying to read them at runtime, and I don't have them. .env loads them only at runtime, and the env macro loads them at compile time. So I decided to switch this around and use the .env macro that's provided by .env codegen. And that works exactly the same as, just env. And so that's how I can get my client secret without having to do any weird shenanigans, like actually just loading up all the loading up everything at compile time. Okay, so we create a new client. Our session params, everything else should remain about the same. One thing I did get an error was that I can't choose anything less than 50 cents. Now I'm guessing is because I wouldn't make any money. I believe that well, I would make a like tiny pittance amount of money. I believe that Stripe charges 2%, or maybe, yeah, I think it's 2% plus 30 cents USD per transaction. So if I were to charge $1, let's say, so 100 cents, then 2% would be 2 cents plus 30, so that's 32. So I would be getting 68 cents per transaction. Now, that's only if I charge like $1. If I charged $100, I would get like 99, would it be 99, $100? Oh, it would be $2. So it would be getting $98 and like 98 cents or something. Oh, 90, 97, like 60 or 70 cents. So something to bear in mind that it scales nicely on my side, not on the other side. So they have a 50 cents minimum, and then this number here, which I couldn't figure out what it was to begin with. Also, the fact that it was an I-64 was slightly confusing. This is pennies. So whatever I'm charging, I just throw in the number of pennies that it costs. And let's see. Then I think everything else was good. Oh, I stopped returning a tuple here. Because it was returning a 200 with the redirect, and I needed this redirect 2 to be the main thing that's being returned, because that caused an issue. And trying to return something else instead, which is right here, was kind of a problem. So I'm like doing a redirect to the cancel UI. Which we could probably put like an error UI in there too. And that got that all working. So I was continuing to look through the documentation because I was like, how do I know that the charge went through? How do I know that they didn't just like immediately cancel or just didn't do anything? Or gave a bogus card? Like all I know is that they clicked the button to go to the store. So apparently we can have a webhook that Stripe will send to us and send us just a bunch of data. And there's a Stripe CLI for testing this. So open up a new tab. We have Stripe, and then I can trigger events. So in this case, I can. Oh wait, it's Here, this first. I tell Stripe to forward everything to here. And then we should get a debug log of the event that we're going to send out. So create a new window here. We can do a Stripe trigger charge succeeded. So now it's like pretends that a charge was succeeded. I literally installed this yesterday and there's already an update available. Oh man, the timing. And so here we get like just tons of data. And so these are all the fake stuff because it's obviously not a real one. Okay, so that's I think everything I need for this. The general idea is that I can listen to this event on the web server And as soon as I get it, and I can see in here that it was type event type charge succeeded, then I can then go into the database and mark, hey, you paid. Like your credit card was successfully charged. Then we can get other events too. There's tons of them. There could be like they've started the charging process, they've finished it. So I can do something like pending. If there's like a refund that somebody requested, I can like grab that information too. They could, I suppose, refund that through me or Stripe. I'm not exactly sure. And then update the database thusly. And then there's an entire receipt, which I haven't even gone and looked at, like if this is a real receipt or if this is just a fake URL. Let me open up over here and take a look at what this shows. Oh yeah, so it is a real receipt. It does have my email address and it has a phone number on it, which is not my real phone number. It's the one I gave them. It's the business phone number that I created that I also mostly ignore. So anybody who calls it, I'm sorry, I ignore that phone number. It's a Google voice line that I basically just created so I could have one that's not my phone number. Okay, so we have all that stuff. This is good. All right, so there is another thing here though that the documentation talks about with webhooks. And I need to figure out like where is this? Line payments. Oh, after the payment here. Okay, so after the payment, handle webhook events. And we can test the webhooks locally. So this is what I did. And then they have this option, check the webhook signature, because they're gonna send a Stripe signature header to verify that the events were sent by Stripe. And apparently, oh, when I did the Stripe listen command, let me do that over here. Stripe. Oh, wait. Am I running that? Is that what this one was? Oh, that's what that was. Okay. I was a little bit confused. So, I have a webhook signing secret now on it. And I think that's unique for this specific instance. And of course, when I do the real one, the signing secret is going to be very different. So I'm going to take this. Because like if I do this 2 times, right, it's very different. Or is it the same? Oh, it's the same. Interesting. I wonder if that's like local to my computer then. I'm going to copy you. All right. Get back here. Actually, no, I'm not. Excuse me. I'm going to add this to... excuse me. I'm going to add this to my .env file. Which I think... I only have some test stuff in there right now, but I don't want to be in the habit of showing that on screen once I have things in there. So... open that up. We're going to do a Stripe. I guess it's going to be a signature. Signature equals that thing. Okay. then I want to go into the code and we want to get that out here. So okay, so we load up the Stripe signature. I need to now also, so we need the form information and I need to get the headers from this. So I vaguely remember that there is a way in Axum to get both at the same time. So I need Axum headers. Oh, that's a response also. That's not necessarily what I need. Okay, so it's gonna be extractors. And I think they showed something for like how to do multiple extractors at the same time. Okay. Okay, so here's some extractors here. We can get the headers. So header map gives you all the headers, and then typed header can extract a single header. Okay, so that's probably good. We can use ooh, okay, so we'll need to do the headers feature if we want to use typed header. Good to know. But then we want multiple extractors. Okay, so that's just two things now that this function gets. Easy. Okay. Take care of the order in which you apply extractors, as some extractors mutate the request. For example, using header map as an extractor will make the headers inaccessible for other extractors in the handler. If you need to extract individual headers and a header map. Ooh, interesting. Okay. So we're only going to get the individual headers right now. I think that's going to be fine. And we just do that second here. All right, so it sounds like we need to enable headers. We'll come back to here. We'll grab extract form. Oh, we'll let this finish indexing. I think it's typed header is what that was. Yeah, typed header can be used to extract a single header. So I want a typed header, something, typed header. They have this as a user agent. Okay, must be from, okay, so we're gonna have to create our own struct for this. Interesting, okay. Now, header map gives me everything here. But I wonder if that's like in a string form or something. All right, let's try this and see what happens. So we need a typed header, and I need to create a new type for this. So we're gonna go on. We're assuming that Stripe actually is sending what it says that we're sending. So pubstruct. This is gonna be a webhook header. So it says we're going to get the Stripe signature. I don't think I can put a dash in here, so I think it has to be like that. I wonder if I do convert this to snake case, if that would work. Let's try it. I have my doubts though. So we'll need to derive. All right, so we'll do typed header. And this is going to be our Stripe signature header. Let's see if we can get that. I think I removed the other debug, so we should only wait a second. This isn't handle payment. This is the wrong one. I need you to be here. Okay, so the trait bound webhook event, typed header, webhook headers is not satisfied. So it doesn't like that at all. Okay, let's go to extract. Let's go see if we can find that specific one. Fascinated that they don't actually show you what user agent looks like in this case. So it doesn't like that, or maybe I need to derive something else for it. And these are all just traits. Wait, did I? Oh no, yeah, this is just airing out here. So you're unhappy before I even try to compile you. The trait handler is not implemented for webhook headers. Okay, the trait handler. So can I add this here? No derived macro. How about okay. You found Axum so far. You can get far more information from the example projects. Yeah, we'll go take a look at that because they're not telling me what I need to do to make this actually work. Otherwise, we can just get the full list of headers, and that might work too. Also, good morning, Stacking. Also, I'm not in the latest version of documentation. Well, that's not. I mean, it doesn't help. It's still the same thing. Okay, let's go to. The repository, and they should have examples in here. I was hoping we can see a typed header. Let's see. So this is going to be typed headers. So if I search for you with an open thing in this repository, let's see if we can find something from a. I mean, there's some tests. We can look at those too. Let's see if we can find some examples first. Okay, so here's an example of extracting out a typed header. Okay, so using headers user agent. Now headers. Where does headers come from? Oh, this is the only match. Okay, so headers is a crate? Oh, headers is a crate. Okay. So they're using, okay, so let's head over and take a look at headers. So, okay, typed HTTP headers. Okay, so this is what the impl looks like. Interesting. Authorization. Tons of these. So we're looking for a stripe. Well, I mean, there's no way. It's a custom one, right? So like, how do I add my own? Or defining custom headers, implementing header traits. So I have to do that. Oh, okay, so I was gonna like consider do not track. So this is a custom header for do not track. Okay, so do not track is the thing. So impl header for DNT. It can be true or false, but it represents that via the numerals 1 and 0. Okay. Oh, so it's going to be a tuple type. All right, so already I'm off to the wrong start here. So we want to... So you're going to be a tuple type that has a string inside of it. Okay, so function name. So call is the only one that we have here. I don't see a call at all. Oh, right, because this is headers. This is the wrong impl for it. This is handler. I want to impl header for it. Okay. What are you? You are headers. You're not happy. Oh, I need to save after I remove that derive. Okay. All right, so as soon as this goes away, we'll probably be good. So we'll do a impl header for stripe signature header. Okay, there we go. This looks a little bit better. So name. This is going to be a static header name. Oh, and then when it decodes it, we get the values out and we figure out what that is. So looking back at this, name is HTTP header DNT. I feel like if they were doing a real custom header, they probably should have like done a real custom one. I think do not track is a real header. Okay, so header name. Is there a new? Header name comes from use. Okay, headers, header name. Wait, why couldn't I find header name? that feels a little bit strange. It would be a struct, right? Let's see. Source header name, header name. Why couldn't I find this in the documentation? Feels a little bit odd. But okay. Represents an HTTP header field name. Header field names identify the header. Toby, you okay? He had a different sounding meow. And he was looking up at the ceiling. It does make me wonder if he found a spider up on the ceiling. If he does, he usually calls out to us he's hoping to bring him up and lift him up so he can go and attack said spider, but we never do. Usually we rescue them and put them outside, in which he is very unhappy about because he did not get a chance to play with his new friend. Good dad. Okay. HTTP messages may include non-standard header names as well, as long as they adhere to the specification. Header name is used as the header map key. Constants are available for all standard header names in the header module. Header name represents standard header names using an enum. As such, they will not require an allocation for storage. All custom header names are lowercased upon conversion to a header name value. Okay, that's really good to know. This avoids the overhead of dynamically doing lowercase conversion during the hash code computation and the comparison operation. So struct, header map, HTML, header, next HTML. So pub struct, header name, inner, that's not public. Oh, but then we have some types here. Oh, but not very many. So clone equal partial equal hash, that's fine. How do I create it? There's no example. Although it says it's a tuple? No, it says it's an enum. Okay. So I mean, I can't imagine that it would just be something like this, where we go find and say it's going to be a lowercase version of this. I can't imagine that's going to work because that's not a type header's header name. I don't think I can do an into unless they have one for a static stir. Okay, so they have a from header name, from header name custom. That's what it is. Okay, header name custom. Did they say that and I just didn't get it? Not here. Okay, so not that header, so probably headers, header name, custom? Wait. That's what I want. Okay, so header name custom. Oh, and that takes it in. Okay, so custom. So header name custom, and then we would have stripe signature, and we return that. Let's try this again. So if I do expected a function, tuple struct, or tuple variant found that. Okay. So it wants me to put a header name. So inner guess we're not seeing it there, we're seeing it here. Oh, I accidentally just quit VS Code. Well, that's cool. I now have to let it index again before it can find stuff. Okay, so it's an inner is a repr of custom. So repr t, and then custom is this struct custom byte string used to hijack the hash impl. I don't know if I've used repr. Oh wait, can I just like create it like this? Is that what I do? No wait, that can't be right either. Hi. I'm so sorry we're not letting you go where you don't want to go, or where you're not allowed to go. Now he wants to go into the closet. The closet of things that have cobwebs and all sorts of other little things they can go hide in. We don't like to let him go down there unless he's supervised. Okay, does headers have an examples? Not that I see. I'm wondering if there's going to be anybody who's saying like, here, like a discussion of like documentation or something. How about if I just search for custom? I mean, okay, that seems like a problem. Okay, there's header name from static. Okay, so segrep exported for header name from static. That's what it is. Is const function in here? Maybe it is. But okay, so it's header name from static. So if we bring this back, we're going to do from static this and return that. You're still upset. I'm sorry, Zilby. No, I'll play with you later. Mismatch types expected. A reference to header name found struct header name. Borrow it. Right when I'm returning it? Okay. So this gives me now stripe signature header is yew. Oh, back to this again. Cannot return reference. Gee, I wonder why. Okay, so this is why it needs to be in a const. So we're going to do a const Can I do this in a const? This would be a stripe signature header type of something equals, oh, I guess it would be a header name, right? Header name equals header name from static Cannot return reference to temporary value. Return, okay, so back to this. So we're doing a lazy static from the lazy static crate. Then they have this struct forwarded for. That's what it is. Derive header. Oh, but then we have this name. Okay, so header name equals this. Because like this is now possible, right? So now this is deriving header from some place. So can I derive header? Oh, okay. So maybe instead of this. Yeah, there's no derived macro. So where did you get that from? I don't know where that one came from. Okay, so header name from static. Can we go find that example? Converts a static string to an HTTP header name. This function requires the static string to only contain lowercase characters. Okay, that's that. This function panics when the static string is an invalid header. Okay, so const name of the header name. Parsing a standard header. Custom header. Okay. Do I not need this thing at all? Is it typed header and then stripe signature header? And then I don't know what, oh, I guess it would be this. Constant provided when a type was expected. Okay, so it's not turning it in. The trait handler is not, okay, so let's switch over and try the map. It's like maybe this isn't working for us. Let's instead of a typed header, let's try there's like all headers, and that's a, what is it, like header map? And let's debug headers and see what we got in it. This one has no errors, okay. Okay, so we see localhost 3000, we see our user agent. Here's the Stripe signature with the fake signature in it. So I need to extract this out. So we have headers. Oh, is it a hash map? So I can do maybe, okay, so let's do. Oh, so that's probably going to be an iflet. So let's do a iflet stripe signature header. I think it's a sum. Let's get a key is going to be that. This is a header value. So now I want to I want to grab you out here. Okay, so we grab our Stripe signature from environment variables, and then we compare it here. So, I mean, this could be just an assert. So, assert equal even. Stripe signature header dot. Can I get the data? ToString. Okay, well, how are you implemented? It's a header value. We have inner. Oh, but I don't have access to that. The header value is usable as a type and can be compared to strings and implements debug. ToString function is provided that returns an error if the value header contains non. Okay, so I can toStir it, and we can also compare it. So we can just do this directly. So, assert equal that this header is equal to the Stripe signature. And that should work, or we should get a complete and total failure. Let's, before I do that even, let's do this. Let's Stripe. Like, hey, are you Stripe signature like that? This should be a failure. This should tell us that it's not equal. Okay, so left, we got that. Right, we got stripe signature. Ooh, okay. So panicked. And now if I quit you and we put you back. Still failed. So don't know what that's about. We'll have to look at that. Well, I'll have to look at that maybe off stream or figure out like what's going on behind that. So that was supposed to be like, hey, we can compare it to strings, right? Maybe assert equal can't compare it to strings. We can maybe toString it. Can I debug stripe signature header toStir? Oh, so we have this T, V1, and V0, none of which are the thing that it said that it was going to be. So I don't really know what to do to grab the value out of that. So what is this? This is a it's a header value. Which of course, oh wait, this is accent. I need headers. So we have inner, that's bytes. I wonder if we have to like convert bytes to a string. And I wonder if it's like base 64 encoded or something like that. Okay, so here. So we can do header value from static this. Insert val that, okay, that works. What am I doing wrong? I'm headers, okay, get this. Okay, you claim that you're a header value. I want to run this really quickly again. See what we got. Yeah, okay. So that so we got all this information out of here, but maybe I need to go and reread this thing. So oh, okay, so never mind. It does have all this stuff in here. The stripe signature header included in each signed event contains a timestamp and one or more signatures. The timestamp is prefixed by a T equals, and each signature is prefixed by a scheme. Schemes start with V followed by an integer. Currently, the only valid live signature scheme is V1. To aid in testing, Stripe sends an additional signature with a fake V0 scheme for test mode events, which is what we're seeing. Stripe generates signature using the hash-based message authentication code with SHA-256 to prevent. Okay, so. Oh, so do I have the 256 mine? Okay, so extract the timestamp and signatures from the header. Split the header using the comma character as the separator. To get a list of elements, then split each element using the equal character as the separator to get a prefix and value pair. The value for the prefix T corresponds to the timestamp, and V1 corresponds to the signature or signatures. You can discard all other elements. So that's the first thing to do is get that. So split the header. So we get this all in one string. So split the header using comma. So between each of these, so we'll get T equals, V1 equals. Okay, so now we know a little bit more what we're working with. So we extract the signature header out of here, and it exists. So I can't assert equal here. That's not going to work. So the first thing we need to do is I need to get the string, which we need to do a toString, and then we want to split on a comma. So type signature header dot split. Oh, dot toString. Oh, that's a result. Okay, so we have to unwrap you. And then I can. Then I can split on comma. Then split each element using the equal character as the separator to get a prefix and value pair. Interesting. So if I take this, I now have a split character. I can then do a for each or a map on them maybe. So I can map. We'll get some like some header element. Do element. And I'm gonna just do a debug of this LM. Wait, what's... Okay, well, it's just a warning, not a real thing, so... This didn't hit that. So it wasn't a sum? I will have to... I'll have to look into this a little bit later. To see like, hey, why didn't this go? But I think the rest of this and like sort of like figuring out implementations, I think as long as I get this up, and I think I want to do the rest of this off stream. So I might look into like next time, tomorrow we'll probably start looking into something else. And I'll figure out what that's going to be too. So let unless of course it's not getting this, and that's my problem. Stripe signature header. No, I copy paste that in. It should find it. I should get cargo watch. Okay, no. So I've got that. That's a string now. Yeah, I'll figure out this one. So here's our, because it's a test event, it has a V0, and the V1 is the only one that I'm concerned about. So, all right. Well, I will continue playing around with this on my own, but my alarm has been yelling at me for the last few minutes, letting me know, hey, it's time for me to get ready to head off to work. So, this has been interesting. I don't exactly like it. It's gonna be nice to have the verified signature thing in there. The flow, I believe, is going to be we send users to our backend, they get forwarded onto Stripe. Stripe does its thing, you charge, and then when you finish it, it sends a notification. Actually, it probably sends several along the entire process to my server, which handles it, and then I can like update things in the database for like, oh, they are paid for this amount. This is when they paid, things like that. Or if like, hey, they did a return, or they their payment failed, or something weird like that happens, then I can handle that as well. Okay, so with that being said, I think what I'll do is I will get this code all committed, and then push it up right after the stream, and then tomorrow we'll figure something else out. So I will be back tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Mountain Time to continue working on this. Slightly shorter day. I actually do have to end at like between 8 and 8:15 because of a meeting that I'll have. But besides that, should be a normal morning. So with that, have a great rest of your Tuesday, and I'll see you next time. Bye.